VitalPoint Home consists of two systems. One is the VitalPoint monitor that will be at the patient's home, and the other one is the Remote Device Connectivity Software, or RDC, which will be used by the clinician remotely using a Windows-based computer. The first part of this video will demonstrate the functionality of the monitor used by patients in their home. The monitor boasts very high compliance due to its user-friendliness and its ability to connect from anywhere with ease. The four ways in which the VitalPoint can send data to the HIPAA-compliant servers are: 1. Through a regular analog phone line, using the provided telephone cable. 2. Through the Internet, using an Ethernet adapter. 3. Through the Internet, using a Wi-Fi secure bridge. And 4. Through a cellular modem. A unique feature about the system is the fact that there is never an IP address or phone number that needs to be entered into the monitor, regardless of where it is used. It automatically knows where and how to connect, whether it is using a phone line, the wired or wireless Ethernet, or through the cellular network. To power on the VitalPoint monitor, simply turn on the switch on the back of the monitor. The logo on the main startup screen can be changed to the logo of the facility acquiring the product for branding purposes. When the monitor first comes on, it greets the patient and lets the patient know when their next scheduled activity will occur. There are three choices on the screen: take measurement, report symptoms, and setup. The patient can set the speaker volume by selecting the Setup button on the screen. The patient will then pick a particular volume level, then click Continue.
If you like this volume level, then please press the Continue button.
Similarly, they will next be prompted to set the alert sound level. This alert sounds when a particular reminder or an activity has been scheduled for this patient. From this point forward, every screen on the monitor will be read to the patient at the chosen volume level until it is changed by the patient. From the main menu screen, the caregiver can access a hidden screen to select the language by clicking multiple times on the top right corner of the display. This opens a new screen where various languages can be selected, such as English, Spanish, or Portuguese. French, Italian, and German are additional language options. The language on the screen, as well as the voice prompts, will be in the selected language. Repeat these steps to select a different language.
Elija el problema que desea reportar: respiración, hinchazón, corazón, estómago o intestinos, orina, herida, dolor o general.
The patient can report a non-urgent symptom by selecting the Report Symptom button. This will take the patient to a new screen that provides them a list of various symptoms they can report. In the event of an emergency, the patient should call 911. For example, let's report symptoms regarding the heart. Depending on how the patient answers the questions of the questionnaire, the next question will vary automatically based on the previous answers. This continues until the tree of particular questions is completed based on the patient's responses. The questions were originally developed by VNAA nurses in order to gather an assessment of the patient's condition as if it were being reported in person. Once again, reporting symptoms is not a required step for the patient, but rather an option if the patient feels that they should report some discomfort to the caregiver. This data is then automatically sent to the caregiver through HIPAA-compliant servers, which can be accessed via a computer or a mobile device. If the patient has more symptoms to report, he or she can easily do so. When selecting the Take Measurements option, a new screen appears with the various measurements which the patient can choose to take. Please note that if a particular measurement was scheduled by a caregiver, the patient would not see all these selections, but instead would be taken directly to the instructional screen for that particular scheduled measurement. When blood pressure measurements are taken, additional instructions are available if needed. Either way, the system still takes the patient through the basic steps to take blood pressure. Note that the blood pressure measurement will be accurate even if the patient is experiencing irregular heartbeats. Once the patient clicks Take Measurement, the cuff will begin to inflate and take the blood pressure reading. Once the reading appears on the screen, the patient simply clicks Complete. If this measurement was not scheduled by the caregiver, the patient is asked whether additional or different measurements are needed. When done, the data is sent to the caregiver. Please note that 5 sizes of blood pressure cuffs are available, from pediatric to extra large. Another common choice is pulse oximetry, which provides oxygen level and pulse rate. 2 pulse oximeters are available, wired or wireless, using Bluetooth technology to communicate with the monitor. Temperature measurements are taken using the approved reusable temperature probe. If the patient uses a Johnson & Johnson One-Touch Ultra Glucose meter, it can be connected to the VitalPoint monitor, and the data from the meter will be automatically transmitted through the system. However, if the patient uses a different brand or model, he or she can simply enter the glucose reading from his or her meter manually. The wired version helps with patients who may not be trusted with entering the correct information due to dyslexia, vision impairment, or other issues. To enter prothrombin data, the patient can simply copy the information from the meter into the monitor. Fluid status is a very important measurement, especially for cardiac patients, and is one of the unique features of the VitalPoint monitor. It allows the caregiver to receive information regarding fluid buildup in the patient's chest remotely. The measurement is also sometimes referred to as a bioimpedance measurement. The measurement is easily performed non-invasively by placing a device similar to 2 ECG leads on the chest of the patient. One lead is placed below the breastbone and one at the bottom of the neck, as shown on a monitor graphic. The system offers 2 weight scale options, wired scale or wireless scale, that uses Bluetooth technology. The wireless scale allows patients to have the VitalPoint monitor and the scale in different rooms of the patient's home. Our electrocardiogram is a 5-lead ECG, which allows patients to easily place the leads in the proper location on their chest, thanks to color-coded and labeled electrodes and a clear diagram to ensure proper placement. The measurement has been shown to be easily performed by patients alone at home while providing very good data. The system is intelligent enough to detect if one or more of the leads are placed incorrectly and will provide the patient with an error message. In this example, the patient has scheduled an activity in 2 minutes. When the time comes, the system will take the patient directly to the screen relevant to that scheduled activity. By clicking on Begin Activity, the system displays which activity needs to be performed by the patient. In this case, this is for medication compliance. It is reminding the patient to take a particular medication and asking whether or not this medication was taken. If the patient selects Yes, the information will be reported to the caregiver. If the patient selects No, the system will ask for a reason before notifying the caregiver. In this example, we did not connect the monitor to demonstrate what the monitor does when it is not able to successfully communicate with the server, and emphasize that the information entered by the patient has not been lost. It will be stored on the monitor until the next session in which the patient successfully connects to the servers and reach the caregiver. Once completed, the patient will receive a confirmation message on the monitor stating that it has successfully communicated with the central server. The caregiver can, through the RDC software on his or her Windows-based computer, send instructions or other messages to the patients, and can even ask the patient custom questions. In this example, a custom question was sent to the patient via the monitor, and all the patient has to do is answer the question by pressing the button that best answers the question. See the short remote connectivity software video for more information on how to generate such instructions or question-answer sets from the caregiver's computer. Another activity alert the patient could receive, and the most commonly used activity alert, is for the patient to take a measurement. As mentioned earlier, the patient will be taken directly to the particular measurement screen.